last time we left the season, we had Clark coming down the ship. We heard a little voice.
Yeah.
What do we have to look forward to with you coming up this season? Because you're going through some things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going through things, aren't I? I think what we have to look forward to, without giving too much away, is that obviously the 6-year time jump kind of allotted all of us actors a lot of freedom with what's coming up. So I think right off the bat, you have to look at why we're not down on the Earth about a year after the opportunity that we could have come down safely. We could have been there. And without giving away why we're not down there, obviously. So clearly something has gone wrong. So I think that's probably what you have to look forward to, is kind of why all of us haven't pulled this thing off yet.
Was there any specific training that you had to do for any of the new scenes for this season?
Yeah, I did this stupid thing where obviously we've been on algae for like 6 years straight. That's it. That's all we have up there. So I did my silly thing where for 2 weeks I found out you could like live off of just algae pills and like that kind of stuff. So I just had pills for 2 weeks straight in water. I didn't lose any weight, like nothing happened, other than I just missed food a lot. So that was probably one of the things I did to get ready for it. But that was just silly, looking back on it. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but that was silly.
How does it impact Murphy to be around, like in such kind of confined quarters with the group again? Like, because he's always struggled with whether or not he's going to be a part of the group or whether or not he has to be independent.
I'd say it's kind of like a caged animal. I mean, up there, everything he's good at takes being kind of it takes adversity to kind of be that's what he's best at. He's best in the pressure cooker scenarios. So kind of being in a place where you're just like, just be happy and just like live day-to-day life. I don't think that works too well for him, especially when there might be just this thing inside of him that doesn't allow him to be happy, whether it's just like a chemical imbalance in his brain or we don't know, because this isn't really a world where they talk a lot about mental health in this. It's kind of that mental health, this week, the talk of mental health died with the rest of the world 100 whatever years ago. So I think for him, he's dealing with that, maybe depression, and doesn't understand why he can't just be happy, and he's too proud to talk to people about some days he just can't get out of bed. So I think that's probably tough for him in the 6 years where he should be okay.
Is it easier for you to shoot on these kind of spaceship sets as opposed to out in the Canadian wilderness?
I think our set deck people do one of the best jobs on television. So I mean, that's pretty easy. It really kind of transports you into that world. But I love shooting the outside stuff too, so fingers crossed, we'll see if maybe Murphy gets back down to the ground.
Now, will there be any flashbacks of the 6 years?
I can say that there will be flashbacks for certain storylines. I can't say whether or not that will involve us up in space. But you will find out kind of what we've been through just by process of kind of, the more you stick around with our characters throughout the season, you do find out what we've been going through and why we are the way we are.
What went through your mind personally when you found out about the time jump at the end of the last season?
I thought that was awesome. I couldn't believe it, really. I got excited because I was like, can you finally cut my hair? And they did. And I think it looks great. It's not quite like this. It's a little shorter even on the show. But I just thought that took such guts to do that and kind of abandon any like kind of layover storyline that we had in season 4. We kind of just ditched. And it kind of gave all of us, like I said, freedom to do whatever we wanted with it. So I was excited.
And when you look at Murphy's character from season 1 to where it is today, I just noticed that the growth of Murphy being like an outcast to really being like an integral part of the team.
Yeah, they need him. Yeah. I think they need Murphy. I think everyone on the team has their own job. I think thank you first off for kind of noting how far he's come. I think it was such a fun time to kind of play that. But yeah, as far as this season is concerned, I can't really say whether or not it's him continuing to evolve or possibly the possibility of a regression as well for him and kind of return to form of season 1. I don't think he'd ever go quite as far back as season 1 Murphy, but all the stuff that was in him in season 1 is still in him today. That's just the other part of him. I said it the other day, I think he's got this little poison flask inside of him, and that's his addiction. He loves to spill it over and just let that kind of venom seep into his system. Like, it feels good for him. To be the bad guy, as everyone has kind of called it, I think that feels really good for him. But he's an addict fighting that addiction, so I don't know how successful he is all the time at fighting it.
What is your personal favorite moment for your character from all the seasons you've done so far?
Season 3, episode 1, the first scene where I got to lose my mind in the bunker. I honestly, like, I peaked right then and there. I don't know if I'll ever get another scene in my life that's as great as that. I hope I do, but that was something that was pretty special to perform.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
From leaping tall buildings to going off like gamma bombs. Switch your internet browser to ComicsOnline.com.